Hey everyone, let's look at the elasticity practice questions. Question number 1, price elasticity of demand coefficient measures. This is going to be B, that is the buyer's responsiveness to price changes. Ready? So this one. Next one, the basic formula for price elasticity of demand coefficient is this one, percentage change in quantity demanded over percentage change in price. Question number 3, we have, say the price falls from $2 to $1.90 and quantity increases from 110 to 118. The absolute value of price elasticity using the midpoint formula. I'm just going to write down the formula here, the midpoint formula, and we can plug in the numbers. This is going to be new. Let's just make this bigger so that I can write. So the formula is new quantity minus the old quantity over, I have new quantity plus old quantity divided by 2. This whole thing will be over the new price minus the old price over this average of these two prices, new price plus old price over 2. So I can basically multiply the numerator times 100 and the denominator times 100, but because the hundreds are going to cancel out each other, I'm just going to omit writing that. And they're asking us to report the absolute value of price elasticity. So by the absolute value means we have to report a positive number here. We cannot really report a negative number. And this price elasticity of demand is always a negative value because of the law of demand. The law of demand tells me when price falls, quantity demanded increases. Let me just plug in the numbers here and I will leave the rest for you to do the calculations. So I want you to practice the calculation by yourself, okay? New quantity is 118 minus old quantity, which is 110 over 118 plus 110 divided by 2. Then this whole thing will be over new price is $1.90. From that we subtract 2 over 1.90 plus 2 divided by 2. Alrighty, so your result will be, after you solve the math here, your result will be approximately 1.367. That's kind of 1.37, the negative. Because it is really asking us to report the absolute value, I'm going to take this negative sign off and this is going to be the result. Okay. All right. Hope we can solve this without any issues. Alrighty. So let me take this off and I can go to the next problem. Question number 4. For a linear demand curve, demand is elastic at relatively high prices. So elastic means the coefficient of elasticity of demand got to be greater than 1. So if I take a linear demand curve, quantity on the horizontal axis, price on the vertical axis, the top part will be elastic, the value of elasticity of demand greater than 1. If I look at the middle, this is going to be unit elastic. If I look at a midpoint demand curve, that means the value of the coefficient of price elasticity of demand is equal to 1. And if I look at this bottom part, this is going to be inelastic. That means the value of elasticity of demand, the coefficient of elasticity of demand is less than 1. Okay. Now, question number 5 here. Suppose that we find the elasticity of demand for a product is 3.5, price increases by 2%, we can conclude that the quantity demanded. So if price is increasing here, quantity demanded, it should be decreasing. Write down the formula here. The absolute value of price elasticity of demand is percentage change in quantity demanded over percentage change in price. The question is asking, we can conclude that quantity demanded, it should decrease, is not going to increase, because I'm going to see here price is increasing. If price increases, quantity demanded should decrease. So I can take this one out. This is not my answer. So 3.5 is equal to percentage change in quantity demanded over percentage change in price, that is 2%. So this percentage change in quantity demanded, this looks like 7% here, but because this is a positive number, price is increasing, quantity has got to decrease. So definitely my quantity here decreases by 7%. I hope we get this concept, because this is a very important concept. Okay. Now question number 6. A perfectly inelastic demand schedule, this is going to be this one, can be represented by a line parallel to the vertical axis. Okay, this is the way they worded it, this is tricky. So this is the vertical axis here, this one is the vertical axis, and this is the demand curve basically. The question should be better worded as a perfectly inelastic demand curve. So this is going to be a vertical straight line. And this happens for perfect inelasticity only. Question number 7. Price elasticity of supply measures responsiveness of quantity supplied of X to changes in the price of X. Okay, this one's the answer here. So this is going to be percentage change in quantity supplied over percentage change in price. This is the elasticity of supply, and elasticity of demand was percentage change in quantity demanded over percentage change in price. All right, so there is a crucial difference here. If I look at the demand curve, that is always looks like this. That's my demand curve. This elasticity of demand value is always going to be a negative number when you do the calculations, but you are going to report a positive value. Okay. Now, if I look at this price elasticity of supply, this is my supply curve. This is upward sloping. That means when price increases, quantity supplied also increases. This is always going to be a positive value. All right, question number 8 right now. It says there is a 4% increase in income across the economy, produced goods probably, and an 8% increase in quantity demanded. The coefficient of income elasticity of demand is, sorry about the typos here. So there is a 4% increase in income and an 8% increase in quantity demanded. So here I'm going to look at the income elasticity of demand. The formula is percentage change in quantity demanded over the percentage change in income. Percentage change in quantity demanded is, let's see, this one's 8%. Percentage change in income is 4%. So this value is a positive number. So here we really depend on this sign to determine if it is a normal good or an inferior good. The value is positive, so the good in question is a normal good. All right, question number 9. I'm just going to write down the numbers for the income elasticity of demand. There is a 3% increase in income and 1% decrease in quantity demanded of good X. So this is negative 1% over 3%. So this whole value is negative 1 over 3. So this good is an inferior good. Inferior good means income increases and you are going to consume less of this good. And normal good means income increases, you will consume more of the good, like we had in question number 8. Okay. Now question number 10. There is a 20% increase in the price of normal good Y and a 10% decrease in the quantity demanded of normal good X. The coefficient of cross price elasticity is how much? Let me write down the formula for cross price elasticity of demand. This is gonna be equal to percentage change in quantity demanded of good X over the percentage change in price of another good, that is good Y. Now here percentage change in quantity demanded of good X is negative 10% and percentage change in price of good Y is positive 20%. So I have this value as negative half. So definitely this is not a positive value. This is not a positive value. So it's going to be A or C. This is going to be A here. These goods are complements. So when we have a negative value, the goods are going to be complements. If the price of good Y increases, we are going to buy less of good Y. And at the same time, we are going to buy less of good eggs. So here I'm going to think about two goods. I'm going to think about peanut butter and jelly. Milk and cereals can be another example. And these two goods are complements. Question number 11, I'm going to use the same formula here. So I'm just going to write down the numbers. There is a 20% increase in quantity of normal good eggs because of a 10% increase in, all right, I think I just flipped it. Oh, sorry about that. Change in quantity demanded. So this is going to go on this, that's going to go on top. So there's a 20% increase. Okay. All right. So let's see here. 20% increase in quantity demanded. This is plus 20 over price. So price comes at the denominator. So percentage change in quantity demanded over the percentage change. Okay. Change in price. So this is a positive value here. So I'm going to strike this two out. I'm going to get a positive value for gross price elasticity when the goods are substitutes like Coca-Cola and Pepsi. It's like when the price of Coca-Cola is increasing, people are going to buy less of Coca-Cola and more of Pepsi. And quantity demanded of Pepsi has got to go up. So these two are substitutes. Unlike this one, negative value means complements and positive value means substitutes. I have seen students really mess up this part a lot. Question number 12. The main determinant of elasticity of supply is the amount of time the producer has to adjust inputs in response to a price change. Okay. Question 13. If price and total revenue vary in opposite directions, demand is relatively elastic. So if price increases, the total revenue, this goes down if demand is elastic, and total revenue is price times quantity. However, if demand is inelastic, price increases, the total revenue also increases, but they go in opposite directions when we have an elastic demand curve. Okay. Question number 14. If the price of hand calculators fall from 10 to 9, as a result, the quantity demanded increases from 100 to 125. Then we have to find this out here. So the percentage change in quantity demanded, this is going to be 125 minus 100 increases from, so this is the old quantity, that one is the new quantity, over 125 plus 100 divided by 2. Let me do the calculation here really quickly, because on the numerator I have 25, denominator I have 100 plus 125, so that's going to be 225s. Hang in there. We have 100 My calculator started messing up, so just gonna do this again. Divided by 2, 112.5. So this is gonna be 25 over 112.5. So this is 0.2222. That's what it's coming out to be. Now, the percentage change in price is equal to old price minus new price. So I have 9 minus 10 over 9 plus 10 divided by 2. So denominator we have 19 over 2. Just find this problem. So here we have negative 1 over 9.5. So if price falls, quantity demanded increases. I have 1 over 9.5. So this one is negative 0.105. I don't need to do any calculation here. I know I have an elastic demand curve. The reason for this is this value is greater than this value. If I look at the absolute values here, the percentage change in quantity demanded is 0.222. The percentage change in price is 0.105. Looking at the absolute values, absolute is this sign. Because this one is greater than this one, the demand is price elastic. Okay. Question 15. The demand for a necessity whose cost is a small portion of one's total income. This is going to be relatively price inelastic. As for example, if you look at salt, price increases, say by $1 or so, quantity demanded is not going to increase by a lot, not going to decrease by a lot. So here percentage change in quantity demanded will be less than the percentage change in price. Say the percentage change in quantity demanded is 2%, percentage change in price is 4%. The elasticity value will be 2% over 4%. So this is positive, this is negative. The absolute value is equal to 1/2. This one is less than 1. Less than 1 means inelastic. Okay. The value of the coefficient, absolute value of the coefficient is less than 1. Alrighty, question number 16. The more time consumers have to adjust to change in price, greater will be the price elasticity of demand. That means, so E is greater than 1 and the elasticity of demand, the demand will be more flatter. Question 17. Price elasticity of demand is generally greater in the long run than in the short run. That means, say in the long run, the value is, like, I'm just using some random numbers here, 2.76. In the short run, this is 1.76. Question 18. Gigantic state university raises tuition for the purpose of increasing its revenue so that more faculty can be hired. Gigantic's GSU is assuming that the demand for education is relatively inelastic. So relatively inelastic, price increases, total revenue increases. The total revenue is, this one is equal to price times the quantity. Okay. Alrighty, question number 19. Which of the following cases will total revenue increase? Price rise and demand is inelastic. Question 20. Which of the following cases will total revenue decline? Not this one, not this one, not this one. This is the right answer. Price rises and demand is elastic. Always remember, elastic, price and total revenue, opposite directions. Price rises, total revenue is going to go down. Over here, price rises, total revenue is going to go up. Question number 21. I have the answers also given. That's cool. I just have two demand curves. One is more flatter than the other. So D2 is flatter than D1. I'm going to say D2 is flatter than D1. That means D2 is more elastic than D1. Okay, flatter means more elastic. If I draw another curve, D3 is the most elastic demand curve here. All right, the last question. Price elasticity of demand for widgets is right now, by now we should be a pro at the formulas and the definition. All right, price elasticity of demand for widgets is 0.8. Assuming no change in the demand curve for widgets, 16% increase in sales. That means this one is positive 16%. This implies what? Definitely the price has got to go down. All right, so let's see what's going to be the answer here. Okay. All right, so because quantity demanded is increasing, price has got to decrease. And this is again the absolute value. All right, so let me see how much price decreases. This is equal to 16% over 0.80, that's 20%. So percentage change in price is negative 20%. That's gonna be this answer to this question. All right, these are all. If you like this video, definitely you can hit a like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Hope this video can be helpful.